A note on Madame Bovary, as adapted more recently for for the big screen. Madame Bovary is a well-known chef-d'oeuvre, and it is included on the list of best 100 books ever written, as compiled by the Norwegian Book Club, and available on the internet in case you're interested in the list, with books ranging from Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, and then on to Balzac, Le Père Goriot, Shakespeare with 3 works, Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, and King Lear. But Madame Bovary is a difficult work to put on the screen, and I would say that this is because Flaubert was known as a perfectionist. He is a master and a man who worked a lot, and his words are powerful, and his construction impossible maybe to abbreviate. Even if this film benefited from a woman director, and I thought that's one prerequisite, one good thing. She would understand better Madame Bovary. Then in the cast we have Paul Giamatti, and he is a wonderful actor, but alas, he is in a supportive role. And I wasn't happy with the selection for the main roles, that of Madame Bovary and her lover. And it's also a situation when expectations are high. We want to be overwhelmed, I guess, by the film as much as we were by the book, but in this case it's a tall order. And it's also true that the character is so complex, so difficult to portray. This is a woman who is introverted to begin with, and unhappy. She's dissatisfied with her life, with her husband. She's bored. She has to live in this countryside where not much is happening, not much that she wants. She has financial limitations, and alas, she's not taking into account the means she has. She breaks the law expressed by Charles Dickens, and fortunately I've read it many years ago, and I try to obey it. I have pressures from my Madame Bovary, I guess, but still, he said something like, if you have £20 as an annual income, that was a lot back then. Well, a lot. I'm thinking it was probably the equivalent of some 40-50,000 pounds today, and you spend 19 pounds and 55 shillings, you're fine. But if you spend 20 and 5, that's jail. It was jail back then. And she didn't obey this principle, and the result was financial disaster. But that's not all. In fact, she would survive that if she wouldn't be in a much more difficult position. That is, if she didn't have this romantic catastrophe to deal with as well. I'm not. There's no spoiler alert, and I'm not going to say what happens, even if I'm just thinking everybody knows. And It's it's a fate that, together with the unfortunate events in her life, her position, make her resemble Anna Karenina. No one thinks about the other tragic figure in the other masterpiece by Leo Tolstoy. We sympathize with her, and I think we can all understand what she's going through, and we can put ourselves in her position. That's how, at least that's how I understand what the quote by Flaubert, what he said at one point. Madame Bovary, c'est moi. Her problems are somewhat universal, even if, of course, I can get that he was referring to something else. He portrayed himself in some ways, and that's more. But this is the end of the note.